let's not speculate on that and jeopardize whatever that they're doing. But that was my 2 cents to say that friends sometimes can backstab you to a point that you won't even believe it when it's done. So there's just a lot of things happening. Don is the DJ. What if Don was offered more money? Even tips. I will go back to the hack. Why did he have to turn him around? It could be that he was shot by mistake because they just started shooting. The second gunman just started shooting. The first one shot the first shot. The second shot, because she was still running. I'm saying she because that's what I saw. To me, that looked like a lady. I'm saying that. So when she was shooting, the first shot is the first shot that put AKA down, but the second one is the one that went towards Dawn. It's not that she meant to shoot the side where Dawn was coming from. She meant to shoot AKA, but AKA went down with the first shot. So that's all I wanted to say. To say, like, we can defend or be against Dawn as much as we want, but the evidence and the proof that is there is showing that Dawn was part of it. Thank you so much, Dani. Have a blessed night. Thank you, Sis Brenda.
Thank you, Kiki. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse, for all those heads. Thanks a lot. Sia.
Lovely, Jeb.
Good afternoon, Pratini. Good afternoon, Sis Brenda. Good afternoon to all the listeners and viewers. I think it's a straight hit. You can't say it was a mistake. It was unplanned. That was a planned hit to take out AKA. And I'm 100% sure that there are powerful people behind the hit. There's no way that a low life someone would target that hit. It's revenge against the ex. In my view, it might be her father, it might be her uncle, it might be her ex-boyfriend. We don't know, but all I know that there are powerful people behind that hit who sent Ingavi that used influence as AKA with or without their help. But it happened, it's a sad week for everyone in South Africa and in Africa. But let's hope that we will find the true people, not the people who shot, the true people behind the hit, in order so that we can get justice for AKA and for the rest of South Africa, in my view. Because someone can just take the blame and say, yeah, I shot him, but we won't get the true figure who's behind. If someone says that, we actually need the person behind, like the hit up there, so that we can get proper justice. Anyone can take the fall. Someone can get paid to take the fall for shooting AKA and his friend. And to this day, I haven't seen the shooting of the second of Tips, so I can't comment on anything of that. I've tried to look online everywhere, on Twitter, nothing. So on that, I can't comment. But I've seen the AKA one. It's very sad. Yeah, that's my view. Thank you.
Thank you, Sia.
Thank you, Pratini. Thank you, Sis Brent.
Thank you, Sia.
Itumulife, can you hear us? Itu, going once, going twice. Melski P. Melski P, can you hear us? Okay, Melski P also can hear us, I think.
Thanks for the gift. Thanks for the gift.
Sunboys is spread.
Sawubona, boys.
Enjoy.
Sifana kunjani?
Who's it?
God. Angizocela ukukhuluma isiZulu mina fast ubeke owami umbono. Concerning to a video, surely uDon knows something yabo. Kodwa bengifisa sikubheke ukuthi u-AKA ubephila kuphi, ephila yiphi impilo. Ngoba lento yeyinkabi ihamba kanje. Umuntu uyalandelwa la asuka khona. Mawukuthi ubesuka eJozi, ubezolandelwa aze afike eThekwini. So bengeke vele kube nomuntu nje oplantwe eThekwini okuwukuthi umuntu waseThekwini ozodubula u-AKA. Lo muntu ngenze kuba usuka la hlala khona u-AKA. Ubehlala kuphi u-AKA, ephila yiphi impilo, nobani. So lokho kubalulekile ukuthi sikwazi. Nanokuthi yonke imali abenayo ubeyithola ngayiphi indlela. Because kwesinye isikhathi abaculi bayayithola imali kodwa indlela abaspenda ngayo baspenda ngendlela abathola ngayo imali. So kumele siyibuze ukuthi zonke izinto abenazo ubeyithola kanjani. Bekuyiphi side hustle yakhe. Leyo nto ke ngasidalela ukuthi sibuye size sifocus kahle kwicase. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you, Boys Corner.
Thank you, brother.
Guys, like I said, when somebody speaks Venek, don't stress. We will translate. So the moment somebody speaks Venek, Babs, don't stress. We will try and translate that for you. So what Boys Corner was basically saying was that these people who are contracted to kill people, there's a name that is being used to refer to them in KZN, and they call them Inka. Those are basically contract killers. They don't just kill you out of the blue. They track you, and it's possible that those guys would have tracked AKA from Joburg. So it's not like they are always based in KZN. He says these people are professional killers, and before they can kill you, hitmen, yes, they would trace you. And over and above that, he says we should also look at AKA's lifestyle, his sources of income, his extra sources of income. Those are the things that can give us some clues as to what could have happened. So that's basically what he said. Saki, you're not muting your microphone and it's disturbing us. I'm not sure if you can hear us or not.
Thank you, Amina.
Saki,
The guests are our guests too, and everybody. Others are snoring. Others are blowing their noses. Yeah, ne?
Natasha.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Natasha.
All right. So with my comment is basically about the Tembe family. I think it's very sad because reality is that the family doesn't want to accept that there was something wrong with Oneli. And then talking from experience, I've been suicidal until today. My mom doesn't know. And if anything happens to me tomorrow, they'll be shocked to know from their friends that I've been suicidal. So I think this whole thing started with the Nelly Tembe family being so in denial that there was something wrong with their own daughter. And it's sad, guys. It's actually quite sad because now AKA, well, I believe that they are behind it. And I feel like it could have been prevented if they could have done more research on what was going on with that daughter. So just want to say that people must take note of, if you have a daughter, if you have a son, try to be so involved with your children and find out what's going on, because depression is real and you could be living in a very wealthy family but still not happy. So yeah, it's sad that it had to end like this.
Yeah, that is true. Thank you, Natasha. Amos.
Thank you, Bradon. And Sisma Brr. Hello, guys, again.
Hello.
You know what? I don't know whether you'll be able to hear me. There's a load shedding here, but I'll try to be short as quick as possible.
Yeah.
You know what? I looked at that video again. You know, this Don guy, definitely sure he knows something. Okay, we are just speculating. We analyzing each and every thing in that video and whatnot. But I think people that should be looked at, it's Anela's father and that Don guy, because they are now two suspects that we suspect for now. The real suspect is the two of them. And believe you me, Bradon,
the suspects that the public suspects.
Yes.
Let's qualify.
Yes. Thank you for correcting me, Bradon. And also another thing, if you can look at that thingy, like this guy who was here trying to explain about this Inkabi, the assassins, the hitmans thingy.
Yes.
You know, let me take it back just a little. You know, even Jesus Christ himself, he was betrayed by one of his people. In order for your enemies to get through you, they have to go through you, through the person that is very closer to you, someone who knows your whereabouts. Maybe that guy, that Inkabi guy who was sent to shoot to AKA, he resides there in KZN. But just because AKA was with someone who was already paid for his life, so he's the one who gave out the information. Okay, at this time we'll be in this point, so you will be ready. Be ready at this time and whatnot. So what we need to look at, who paid, if as a public, as people who see this thing on social media and whatnot, who paid Don, if it's Don anyways, if it's him, who paid him to organize that thing that hit? Because definitely sure it was not him, because they've been friends for too long. They've been friends. So possibly there's someone who paid him to organize and tell the whereabouts of AKA so that he can give AKA in a platter to him. So that's all I have to say. Good night. Good night, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Amos.
Thank you, Amos.
Tubapelo Mosadi.
Dumela Boteni, Osbrenda, dumelang.
Hello.
Yeah, I think we mostly spoke the same thing based on the Twitter investigators, based on the video. I just wanted to say I'm not a fan of AKA, but I met AKA in 2016 in Devon when I was there for a holiday with the family. And when we approached AKA, there were two guys who tried to stop us. And then AKA said, no, it's okay. And then the kids wanted to take pictures with AKA. And now it happens that the night where he was in Devon, on the 10th, whatever happened. And the worry is that where were the bodyguards? I think AKA is not just a celeb, if I can quote the name. He's someone who's very popular and who was very, really well known and well off. So the issue that I've also seen on the video, Sis Brenda and Abu Den, is that there were no bodyguards that
that we saw that they are bodyguards. You know, bodyguards behave like bodyguards. It was just it looked like it was friends having dinner, and then after dinner they just have to go and go home. It was not showing that we've got somebody important that is looked after. And then in terms of the shooting, this was well planned, Sis Brenda. This was long planned, because there's no way something will happen now and I go straight into the individual and I shoot in the head. The person who shot AKA knew that there was no one who was going to stop him. He knew that whatever, if he approached AKA straight, no one is going to stop him. And he knew that AKA doesn't have bodyguards that are there to protect AKA. It was a friendly dinner and there was no protection for him. In terms of the Don and other people, unfortunately, I'm not capable to say much, but my worry is that there were no bodyguards to protect AKA. Security is very important if you are a person who deals with a community or who works the way AKA was working. It's very sad that we lost somebody like him and he was a father and all those things. But we need to make awareness as well, because most of the people now are worried about the rest of our artists. Are they safe? Until we don't know what happened to AKA, my belief is that our artists are also not safe. And we can speculate and speculate because we speculate on what we see, Sis Brenda and Abu Deni. But the sad part is that the hero to other people is gone. And the way he was taken off, as we've seen on the video, no one wants to see any family member to be taken out the way we saw it. But may his soul rest in peace, and then maybe there be justice for him as well. But if you are listening and you are somebody who's popular and who's moving around, be careful of your friends and make your security tight. Because remember, when you elevate people, that's when they want to see how far would you elevate. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you to Bapelo Masadi. We to Ilepelo. Buto.
Greetings, brother. Yes, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, greetings, brother, the family at large. I just want to say just a few things. In South Africa, okay, I'm a musician also.
Yes.
In South Africa nowadays, we are living in a society that is so wounded. Either you check it spiritually, otherwise. So many things are happening. And so many musicians are going through a lot. Some are going through depression. Some are deeply involved in drugs. Some, there are so many lifestyles that are there that we cannot just turn the blind eye. Coming to that night, I believe the guy that shot AKA was in the restaurant earlier on at downstairs. So there are a lot of speculations that the guy with the white hood had something to do or met of the artists that are okay, high rank, supposed to be with the bodyguard all the time. If you know the story of Jesus, you will understand my point. It has to be there must be a Judas somewhere before they could get to Jesus. So the guy that saw, we believe that the guy that saw AKA was close, or the guy that was sitting with him on that Last Supper that night. Yes, the law in South Africa, our system is very, very, very weak. we can easily get away with something simple. Because even we're still struggling with the issue of Kelly and Senzo Meiwa and so forth and so forth. Could be like another case, similar case to that one. But really, we are going through a lot. We are hurt. As a father, I cannot begin to imagine AK's daughter right now without a father. I've got daughters. I know the bond between the father and the daughter. And then now seeing that young girl growing up without a father, it pains me a lot. Be either whoever did that, but he has caused a lot of trouble. I just want to say, highlight that there are so many things that we cannot just turn the blind eye as if nothing had happened. AKA has done a lot. He's a father. He's a leader of note. So many things are happening. But I trust that and I believe that God will help us because we don't want to see the shedding of blood between KZN and Cape Town and so forth, whoever. Because there are a lot of things, there are a lot of rumors that are going around now. But I believe that as leaders and brothers and sisters, we'll be able to reason together, see what can we do to change this situation. And also our government, I trust that they can understand that a lot of musicians are suffering. And when the musicians are suffering, then there's a lot that can happen. Because I'm closer, there's a saying says, Zingahlabana at times ziyalamba. So that meaning that when there's a lot of hunger, so many things are happening, even as far as killing each other, whatever they have. But we don't know now. But what I'm saying, where there's a smoke, there is fire. Thank you so much, family.
And then before the speaker comes in, there's a lady who just made a point here and said, where were the people who bought the tickets for the restaurant? And when I saw the clip now, now it's coming back to me to say, but the restaurant was empty. So the lady is also making a good point to ask that question.
Prateni.
Sure, Stiga.
How are you, my brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I can maybe hear the speculations and the assumptions and everything, but people are forgetting something that is very important here. An event passed and someone lost their life. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but we have Nelly Tembe who lost their life. And people are forgetting that they are only talking about what happened to AKA. I'm not saying that the Tembes had killed AKA. But what I'm trying to say is something happened before. And we are Africans. Let us not forget that we are Africans. I've been to 10 funerals where the family of the deceased decided to stay calm and then decided not to work with the NPA and everything. They decided to keep quiet about it. And then all those funerals, something bad happened after. So let us not forget that a person lost a child before. So going to the situation of Don Design and everything about the CCTV that are circulating on social medias, CCTV is something else. CCTV does not say anything, according to me. So, the thing is, the African magic works wonders. And then we are talking about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. AKA was at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people. And then what happened. I was watching AKA's mom today saying that don't design, you are my son and everything. That thing is going to hit her after the funeral. She was supposed to avoid everything. She was not supposed to mention don't design and everything. She was supposed to keep quiet about the things that happened that day. And then she was going to digest everything that happened, and then we're going to take it after. Yeah. No, I don't want to say much. Let me leave others to speculate their speculations.
Thank you, Stiga. Petile, please mute your microphone. Petile, please mute your microphone. Petile, Masina, please mute your microphone. Okay, I think Petile cannot hear us. So I'm going to remove you. I assume you can't hear me. Tapani, you can continue.
All right. But Danny, I've had a lot of talks and then it hurts and it pains me because people say I think what happens is after I say something it repeats itself. I don't know why. I don't know if you're hearing it, Bradin.
Now we can hear you clearly.
Okay. Somebody asked why does a traveling manager or road manager not armed? So I wanted to say road manager cannot be armed. That's number one. Number two, the guy in black is a bodyguard. So he had the gun in the car, which is wrong. I mean, as a bodyguard, you can't have a gun in the car. You must have it on you. Somebody asked why AKA did not have bodyguards. There's what you call traveling party. When you are an artist, you have traveling party. It can be a DJ, photographer, road manager, maybe a bodyguard. Again, somebody said AKA is big and so forth. AKA is not special more than any other artist. It's just normal, just like any other artist. It's just that it was big, but not bigger than other people. You have Black Motion, you have Lekeza, you have other people that are big. You have Casper that is big. But now here's the trick part. Those with bodyguards, obviously somewhere, somehow they're involved in crimes. You don't need a bodyguard if you are not doing something illegal. Let me tell you that. You look at people that have been shot with my R5, involved somewhere, illegal dealings. Somebody involved in something else. There was AKA Data to Banang. There was a rumor that they were sniffing. It could be anything. Now about Don. Don has been there from day one with AKA. I'm not saying he didn't. But my belief is the guys travel from Joburg to Durban, and then that's what 1 hour 45, 1 hour 50 minutes flight. They went to restaurant. They were drinking. They were eating. From there,
they were cutting hair. So obviously Don had few drinks. I mean, he was stretching. Videos, yes, are not clear, but for the mere fact that they are not clear and then there's no voice, we can't hear records. We are making up stories. Now, if you look at the gunman behind the van and the gunman across the road, the plan was to wait for them to go inside the car. That's why this other one was leaning against the van. So, meaning the guy from behind the van was supposed to shoot from behind the van. And then the one across the road was supposed to cross and then hit from the side, from the right. So when they were giving a hug, they saw an opportunity to pull a trigger. Tipsy was giving AKA a hug. Actually, they were supposed to go together to their next performance, right? So we can't say Tipsy was part of this. And then these are the old friends. Tipsy used to manage AKA. And then he left managing him and became a chef, right? So Tipsy is there in Durban. AKA has a club in Durban. This thing can be anything. It can be analyst parents. It can be issues about club. It can be anything. So this thing of blaming Don, I'm against it. I'm personally against it. I mean, somebody wants to blame why road manager. I mean, can't carry a gun. I mean, I can't stretch. So as a road manager or as a DJ, when I travel with an artist, the next thing there are strangers leaning against the car. Must I tell them to leave the car? Again, the bodyguard. AKA used to have 4 bodyguards. There's a woman speaker that said she met AKA in Durban with bodyguards who stopped her from going to AKA. Yes, he used to have 4 bodyguards, but some of them were fired. The other one, the main one, was with tattoos, got fired because of the crimes that he committed, and then they were afraid that because of shenanigans he's doing on site will one day affect them. So they fired that bodyguard. So now going to Durban, they were Annale's mother and Jeff Hadebe's wife. I see gents are married in one family.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they're married in one family. So women, the sisters, and all that. Now the guy, Annale's dad, is a businessman. He's a boss in Durban. So meaning for you to get a business in Durban, you must actually contact him because he's the main man. Now he's a member of ANC. And then he never believed that the daughter was killed. Or, I mean, the daughter committed suicide. But he believed that the daughter was killed by AKA. Remember, even at the memorial service, he said it. I don't think my daughter will do something like that. So obviously, and he's a big boy. The only daughter, died. What do you think will happen? And the case didn't go anywhere. So it can either be Claps or it can be Adela's father. Or drugs involved. Can only be that, nothing more. But I got a problem where people rate AKA higher than any other artist in SA. He's on the same level. Any artist can be attacked, but what kind of life are you living? If you live in genuine life, no drugs, you don't cheat people, you don't do drugs, you don't steal, or no give out, you will survive. You don't need a bodyguard. Thank you, Brad Dane.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Tapan.
Thank you, Topani.
Anna. Anna, can you hear us? If you can hear us, please unmute your microphone. Okay, Anna is gone. Abby, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just want to analyze about this shooting on the CCTV and the body language about the guy Don. A Don guy went to salon with the AKA. It was busy on the phone the whole time. If you can check the CCTV footage.
Yeah.
From the first time when they go to restaurant, he was busy on the phone again. They make the dinner. After the dinner, they walk outside. After work outside, there is a H1 and I think it's a Picanto or it's a Kia. The car was parking outside. There's a second guy who was inside the car. Don went there. This car was parked next to H1. Don take the phone off. He was busy on the phone. When he's realizing each and everyone watching him, just put the phone inside the pocket. This guy go outside the car. I think maybe we'll see it. They go outside the car and go on the pole, standing on the pole. So the H1 guy, there is no driver. Point number one. The guy, they're supposed to, after the dinner, they're supposed to go on the H1 and left. The driver was not there. There was no driver, nowhere to be found. Even after shooting, there is no driver. So the Don guy, I think, is the one who's supposed to maybe, I think it's the body language, or is the what, I don't know. It's the way I see it. I don't want to blame the second one, or the second one is just far away. So the communication, the Don is the one on the inside the car.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That's the way I see it.
Thank you, Abby.
Thank you.
Brother,
Yeah,
I just saw Influencer and Star. I think it's Influencer and Star who say they know something. So they want us to accept them. I can't see. Yeah, I think so. Let's check because it says, I'm trying to get his comment, but I think he says something along the line of knowing something, having information or something. Yeah. Let's check him.
So meanwhile, can I speak while you're adding him?
Yes, you can proceed.
All right. I had tried to join earlier. From Zimbabwe. I thought maybe I could share my 2 cents. First, maybe is to, share heartfelt condolences to the family and you guys in South Africa.
Yes.
Followed by the issue about murder cases and shootouts like this of high-profile people is to look at all elements and be able to create patterns. Number one, let's look at it that I think the death of the other lady whose parent cannot accept, like any other parent cannot believe a child can commit suicide. It would be easy to make a point. And I think somebody was making a mention that it's about 22 months after her death that AK had to die. That could be one. We put a picture on the wall. Then we also have to pick another picture. Come on, everybody that knows. You can't say simply because Don attended a memorial, Don is innocent. From what I saw, I don't know who Don was, but my basic understanding of criminology and criminal patterns, Don should be put down, taken to a police station, serious questioning had to be asked, phone has to be taken. By this time, we have already lost hours, because by the coming of the CCTV, evidence is being messed with, and a lot of money probably is exchanging hands right now. But had it been in other countries, I'll give an example of my country. Had it been my country, we could have taken phone records, we could have taken the phone, went on to go to who last spoke to AKA, who last spoke to every one of the friends, what were they talking about. Every little chat, every little message is necessary to this investigation. Because at the end of the day, when you're
Mia Farmer, we're losing you again. We can't hear you now at all. Mia Farmer, if you can hear
I think
me.
from the... Hello?
You are breaking up.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you can try to speak again. We can hear you now.
All right. So I was saying, if your government could have, I'm not trying to blame government to government, but I'm saying if your government was a bit serious on crime, was a bit serious on trying to boost its confidence to the rich, to the affluent, and to tourism, I think it's high time they clamp down on this issue. There are many artists, including Lucky Dube, who died at, the coming of the World Cup. You've got AKA, who was bringing a lot of positive vibe for your country. We can't just continue having people coming in and people just dying. It's not right. So to not just take you to government and look at the dictates of criminology. Everybody who was around Don, everybody who was around AKA must be the first line of suspects, followed by the second line of suspects of the family whose daughter died. Take them all in, put them on the side. Third, look at the business people and every other person who had said AKA should not come here because if he comes here, he's not safe. Take those people, put them on the side. And CCTV could be a basis of investigation, but could give you what we call the guided version of the investigation. Because what could happen is if the killer knew that there were certain cameras, he could have just played a story that would leave endless trails. So we simply have to go back to the drawing board and say, let's classify all the people that we've got as suspects, really drill them down and end this mess. AKA cannot just die. This is not 1995, the death of Tupac. This is modern day where we've got forensic, where we've got, better ways of investigation and landing on this. It's South Africa. Come on. We are catching murderers in my country with less technology. You are failing in your country. It's just not right. It's just not right. I think we just have to wake up one of these days and say enough is enough. This is not right from my view.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mia Farmer.
Thank you.
Guys, before the next speaker comes in, we are making progress with our likes. We're now sitting at 574. There's 1.3K people on this live. All of us, 1.3, or let's say 1,000. If we can all double tap for 2 minutes at the same time, within 2 minutes, we would have passed 600K. So let's do it, guys. Just for 2 minutes, all of us, let's double tap. I'm also going to double tap with you. As you double tap, I'll also double tap on my screen. So let's do it. We will get to 1 million tonight. Influencer, you can come through.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Danny. Well, what I wanted to share with that.
Influencer, we can't hear you. Influencer, your volume is low. Low.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, better. Much better.
All right. Thank you so much. I wanted to share from the knowledge that I've depicted from the whole incident. What I can say is that if you're looking at that footage, actually, that's not the footage we should be looking at. In fact, why should I say so? Florida is a very long street, and it's got a lot of businesses. There are a lot of cameras involved in Florida. Even the camera that's spotting the the suspect, the shooter, the real shooter, they can find that camera. But due to the mere fact that the people who are involved in this entire crime are high-profile people, they had to release that type of footage to mislead us, just as we are confused right now in this life, so that we can continue talking only about that footage. There are a lot of footages they might have besides that footage, but then that footage was good to mislead us so that we can have this whole conversation we are having right now. And to find out that footage will protect the Lukansini, the high-profile person who is the true perpetrator of this whole entire crime. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so true. Trust you me, there are a lot of footages involved in this whole crime. But then this whole dawn and the type of thing, it's to mislead us. I guess the timing was perfect for the whole incident to happen, so that the real perpetrator cannot be found. Thank you.
Thank you, influencer. PL Sambo, please unmute your microphone.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good myself.
Good.
I am from Mpumalanga, and my view on this story, the death of Keenan, our singer, AKA, is that I feel like our police and political members are failing us due to the fact that as up to date, nothing has been confirmed, or no one has been confirmed to be arrested for one. And they, as I was listening to Mia Farmer, I think, everything, the guy from Zimbabwe, everything that he was saying is true, because they are failing us. And we depend on them, but yet they are using their powers to destroy every evidence that we can find. Like the influencer is saying, that the Florida road has so many cameras, but we are focusing on the one that they were spotted at. There's no other cameras that are evident to be maybe an influence to gather the information due to the death of Keenan. So basically, I feel like our South African police are failing us. Up until today, DJ somebody's death or whoever killed him, they're nowhere to be found, nobody's arrested, so forth and so forth. Now it's Keenan. Who is next? Who's going to be next? And us as young people, we're looking up to these people. We don't know whatever they are doing behind, however they are living. But all I'm saying is, I feel like we are failed by our own. And it's a pity, because we as young people, we wake up and vote for the very same people that do not support us as young ones. So we are very hurt and disappointed on how he had been killed, because now in everybody's eyes and in everybody's brains on whatever ideas or whatnot, they've seen the video where he was took down. But there's no evidence of how it came about. Okay, fine. Dawn was there. Everybody was there. No phones were taken. No arrest was made. And like 3 to 4 people that suspiciously were seen on the scene that could have known of what is happening to AKA. But nobody's coming forward. He is here today at the memorial service like nothing happened. Why didn't he say something to free us as South Africans and say, you know what, I'm mourning Keenan's death, this and this happened. Or just, to make us feel at ease and peace. So that is my take from Mpumalanga, because we are confused. We are, probably the family says, you know what, let's just lay Keenan, and then after we're going to take over, or maybe the lawyers or whatever is happening, we don't know. But it's said that we as South Africans, we are fighting. We want his death to be
we want to end this thing of political influencers that will take on our lives today, tomorrow, forever, because it's not only happening in Joburg, it's happening everywhere. We want justice. That's what we want. We want justice. We want to know. We want to see the perpetrators in jail. That's what we want to see. Or maybe one or two, or maybe, we just want to see the perpetrators in jail. That's what we seek for. That's what we need. That's going to give us peace. And if it takes that, even at the higher political members be stood down or taken off, we are ready, because some of us, we are stuck in this. We want to stay in ANC, but look at what they're doing to us. And it's sad. It's really, really sad.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you, Pierre Sambo.
It's a pleasure.
Guys, those who are asking us to accept them, please note that there's about 43 people on the queue. So we will try to get to you. Just be a little bit patient. If you come in for the second time, we might keep you waiting for some few more minutes. So we'll try to get people who haven't spoken and give them a chance. There's 43 people on the queue right now as I'm speaking. Let me see. It's 45 now. So please be patient. We will get to you if we all stick to our 5 minutes limit. Okay?
Hi, Puten. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright. Hi, everybody. I'll just pour in my 2 cents. It's not a conclusion that I've come upon, but this thing is bigger than what we think. I think I've been with you previously on the Senzo Meyiwa case on your lives.
Yes.
We need to get rid of what we're being shown on the surface and try to look at other aspects of this whole scenario, because we've got an underworld that most of people are scared to talk about.
Yes.
Which consists of mafias. These mafias are protected by our own SAP members and higher ranking police officers. You get a situation whereby, for example, DJ somebody was assassinated, and he was DJ. He owned taxis and owned clubs, right?
Yes.
These 3 industries are very violent, and they've got a lot of assassinations. And there is Uvusi Makeke, who's also been implicated in cases of murder, which also allegedly involves some ministers who hired him to do the hit, you understand? So you then come down and look at the way these artists are being murdered. What is it that connects those people at the back of their lives, which is not surfaced to us, the normal South Africans? Do you understand?
Yes.
It was an assassination, yes, but as much as we want to say it's the Tembe family, I'm not saying they didn't do it, but the people that are responsible for these assassinations, they do not take out a person without getting a go-ahead or a clear from the bigger SAPS members to say it is clear. Do you understand me? There is no way a high-profile person can be murdered, but then in a town and no information went by, because in every township there's Impimpangit.
Yes.
If you want to get information, you always go to those Impimpi. They will tell you, we are scared, but we have heard that Smangmang it was involved. And police have got Impimpi Zabo that they work with. You understand?
Yes.
So these cameras or that footage that is there, believe you me, the guy who killed AKA is dead already. Those 2 guys are dead because they are loose ends. They need to be dealt with, because if they are going to be arrested, there are going to be the links to the bigger guns. You understand? So I'm not disputing that Anneli's family might have had a hand, but all I'm just saying is that our artists have got a tendency or something that is going on with them that we cannot actually pinpoint why they end up having so many bodyguards. And what we know is that with the drug business, clubs are involved because that is where they distribute the drugs. Some of these gigs that are done by artists in certain clubs, it could be because of the distribution of drugs that needs to be done in that particular club for sales. You understand?
Yes.
So it might be another issue of Uguti. It's a territorial thing with the drugs. Whenever you step into another person's territory distributing, that causes conflicts. Do you understand, my brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
It causes conflicts because you do not get into someone else's territory in the drug business. But we are here crying today for our artist, which is something that it hurts that happened to him. But who are the real people that know AKA that can actually come out and tell the truth that his dealings were clean? He only accumulated money from singing. Who can come and say DJ Somebody was clean? Because if you look at even DJ Somebody's death, he was affiliated with gangsters or mafias, like I said, Vusi, Keke. Why would a clean artist be associated with someone who's got a dodgy past? That's my 2 cents knowledge. I'll leave it there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Nceka. The patch. The patch, can you hear me? Okay, it looks like the patch cannot hear me. Going once, going twice. Leadership, can you hear me?
Leadership.
Yes, my brother. I'm here.
Okay, you can talk.
Yes, I can talk.
Yes.
I was listening to my sister, Kulma Manjane. The thing is, it is different, and this industry of singing, from each and every country, they have the same problem. Remember, these guys who are singing, the artist, sometimes Bahoya Amaskem, who I don't know you understand, but sometimes they make remarks of each other. They make remarks of each other. Sinyaka was fighting with Brenda, but gone are those days, there were no hits and all that.
Yes.
Clubs, drugs are included. You can also blame. I work with police. I work from intelligence office. So people, they say police are not working, police are involved. Some of the police are involved, yes, but not in this situation of this industry of singing. Drugs can be included in clubs, yes, but the artists, they don't sell drugs. Remember, the artists, they are addicted to drugs so that they can perform the whole night for 3 days performing. They smoke, they don't deal. So people, they'll say, I was listening to debate of parliament. People, they're saying, police are not working. Wait until we are looking for you. You see that police are working. You see, when crime is happening, my brother, trust me, police are not there. They will only investigate after the crime has happened. So I don't understand when people, they want to blame the police. There was no police there when AKA was shot. There was no policeman there when R5 was shot from Pretoria. There was no policeman there when Chrisani was shot.
Exactly.
So people, they'll blame police. Police are not working. Wait up until we are looking for you. They can come there and say this is a high-profile case. Another person in parliament said, I don't know why Bekele didn't go to the crime scene. He can't attend each and every crime scene. As a minister, you can't attend each and every crime scene. The guy, AKA, may his soul rest in peace, but he was not a politician. He was a famous singer like Brenda Fassie.
Yeah.
You see. So each and everybody can die being murdered. Each and everybody can die during accident. How many mayors died because of accident? When we checked the car was perfect. It's just that they were reckless because of they have blue lights. They were driving 220 speed. Not each and everything is a hit. Remember, I have enemies. Myself, I have enemies. Just because I'm a policeman, they'll say, no, it's a hit.
Yes.
A person can see a gun on my figure and say, you know what, I want that guy. And say, let me disarm him. You will shoot him. You will shoot me. So we mustn't blame police. Police, remember, is a human being like you. And if I'm inside police station, I can't see what is happening on the other areas. They will only call me to come and investigate. And to step in a scene is a crime. Whether you are sitting there, if I find you to step in when they say to step in a scene, is if I find you on the scene, you're my prime suspect. But the first person I'm going to question, your girlfriend, if they shoot you in front of your girlfriend, you're the first person to suspect is your girlfriend. Why didn't they shoot your girlfriend? Yes. And remember a hit, they paid me for your head, not the other person's head. You see. So
sorry, leadership. Hello, leadership Maji. How are you, bro?
Yes, sir.
Are we saying that AKA's good Maji? So we're saying that AKA's assassin. Are we saying that that's not a hit, Maji? Is that what you're trying to insinuate?
No, I'm saying it's a hit. It's a hit, but we mustn't say the police are involved. We mustn't speculate, you see. I'm saying, yes, it's a hit. The way that guy came, was waiting for him. But we mustn't always blame police, that police, they knew about this. How can that guy was not a politician? Only politician, they have protection from the government, of which is a blue light. So if you are a singer, Charles, if you are a singer, we can't protect you. We can't protect you. Each and every crime, we come after the crime has happened. Nightclubs, if you go to the nightclubs, let me tell you something. Now, right now, it's 11:30. If you are not at home, 11:30 till 12, till midnight, if you are in the clubs, remember the clubs, only people with money go to the clubs, my brother. And that money, you don't know where is it coming from. The deals they made, they are making deals by the clubs. Sometimes you see something, Charles, that you were not supposed to see. There's going to be heat against you. Sometimes you witness something that you were not supposed to witness. There's going to be heat against you. Then people, they'll come and say, the police, they know. Did you see on that heat of AKA, did you see a police with a uniform there?
No.
Did you see a police passing there? Did you see a police car there?
No.
So why people, they always say, that's why I say people come to the police station and report a case. That's when we go and investigate. We don't just protect each and everyone. Then they'll say, police are not working, police were involved. How can I be involved? I wasn't there. But I'm involved.
Thank you, leadership.
Thank you, leadership.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Danny.
Hey, Chara.
Sharp.
Leadership. Sorry, Maji. Let me say something, my guy. Okay. The police gave a statement, ne?
Yes.
They said it was a drive-by. Where did they get that information from?
Let me tell you something then. You, as a witness, you come to lie to me. I opened the docket. You come to lie to me. That's the thing that I'm going to tell the media. Remember, you came to lie to me and I wrote everything down. Then the media is waiting for me outside. Then what? That is what I'm going to tell the media. That's why they say...
Ebana. You cannot tell the media as SAP, South African Police, ne? You cannot tell the media anything without you seeing something with your own eyes. You understand? You can't tell the media anything if you as the SAP never see it for yourself. The police initial statement was, this man got shot with 6 bullets, ne? With a drive-by. But they didn't see that with their own eyes, yet they let it out to the media. How do you explain that, my guy?
Let me explain. Okay, then you're going to understand me.
Okay, guys, we need to avoid the dialogue. There's somebody in between the two of you who's waiting to speak.
And
so leadership will have to complete his point, and then we move to the next person. And then Risi, you come after Matidos.
Okay.
No problem.
Charles.
Yeah, I'm listening, my chief.
You know what, ne? Don't trust everything that the media is saying because they want to blacklist a police commissioner or they want to minister. Then they'll say media will say this guy said they say he was shot 6 times. That's what I'm telling you about the media. Don't trust the media too much. They've been saying somebody's dead. Tomorrow we see that person. They've been saying the media said there's a young girl by Klerksdorp. He found 40 million in a bag. Then he took it to the police station. How can you carry 40 million in a bag? The media said that. Thank you, Danny. I'll listen on you can check me out. I'll listen on the video.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Matido, are you there? Matidos, can you hear me? Okay, Matidos seems to not hear me. Going once, twice. Charles, you can go on.
Sorry, man. My question is, I just want to find out, guy, because the initial statement for this whole thing, when we all heard about it, we were told that AKA was shot via a drive-by. So I'm saying, where did this information come from? Because the only reason why the story changes when the CCTV footage came out, we saw the real story. But when I heard about it last week Friday, I was under the impression that this man was shot via a drive-by. And the information was it was 6 bullets. Yet, when we looked at the footage, it looked like 1 or 2 bullets. You understand? So I'm just trying to find out that where did this information come from? Because as far as I know, it is a statement from the SAP.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So I wondered to myself, was the SAP involved with this man's assassination? You understand?
Yeah.
I beg the question, my guy. I beg the question. I'm from Durban. I stay in Durban. I know Flooded Road. I've been there. I know that whole road. I know the road. Where did this story come from that this man got shot with 6 or 5 bullets? Where did that come from, guy? come from? Where did it come from? You understand?
Yeah.
Was SAP involved? We don't know.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Tobile. Thank you, Charles.
Oh, okay. First thing first. Mina, on my side, what I would like to discuss is, okay, fine. AKA got shot and everything. And I've been following the news and whatsoever. So there was a request of a provincial funeral, of which our president himself he declined. Okay, and then all of a sudden, the Demba family they're starting to give us the postmortem results that their daughters had scratches, and then the way she landed on the ground, it shows that she was pushed. So I have serious allegations on them. Then why after AK's death, and then all of a sudden they're showing us these things, while we did not see those things, those investigations, they were kept from us. And all of a sudden are shown to us. And then the analyst's father, at the same time, he decided to deny everything that is involved with this AKA shooting, right? And then going back to Charles' point that he said, how did the police know that it was a drive-by shooting? Okay, so I've been following the videos on TikTok. There's a private investigator sort of on TikTok says that the police already they orchestrated this. They were also paid because actually this shooting it went wrong. It was supposed to be a drive-by shooting. So the problem was, AK he took very long to get inside the car because he was busy hugging this other guy who also got shot. So for me, this was very well orchestrated, and the government is involved. And on my side, the Dembe family is also involved, and also the government officials are also involved. That's all I have to say. This was a hit, and remember, it took AK for almost a year for him to come to KZN. And I think he knew that he was also scared for his life to come to KZN. And then eventually when he came to KZN to celebrate his birthday, and also he had a gig there, and all of a sudden, boom, he got shot. Just as easy as that. No, it was a hit. Because no one will strike you at your own playground. No one will strike you at your own playground because they will know definitely you get people who's gonna back you up and whatsoever. But this time around, he was at the Dembe's playground, so no one could ever protect him. And number two, in order for the Dembes to get AKA, they need to have someone inside. You understand? Which is one of the friend, Because if you look at the video, Tom Design, what the hell was he talking about with the second shooter? Honestly. Because it seems like they were having a very serious discussion. Okay, why would you leave the inside toilet, the toilet that is inside the restaurant and go pee outside? Why would you even do that? And go pee outside? Because in Florida Road, you are not supposed to pee outside. You will be arrested for doing that. That's a very elegant road, because it's full of clubs and restaurants, so it's a very respected road. So he decided to leave the toilet that's inside and went outside. And he started yawning and stretching himself, and there's a thumbs up, and then he's talking to the second shooter, So all in all, everybody in this is involved, including the government officials. Because if you look at Mapija's funeral, the government officials they were involved. So people on Twitter are saying those were KZN government officials. Okay, I thought in South Africa we are one, right? So why did Cyril Ramaphosa decline the provincial funeral? He declined because he's friends with the Dembe. You understand? So the shooting and everything, he knew about it. She knew about it. You understand? And going back to AK's mom's speech. Remember when she said, "Don't decide, I love you, my son." You know, that mother, I have so much respect for her. She's very smart. You know, when they say bring your enemies closer, she knows exactly what Dawn Design did to her son.